I'm just getting ready to make a summer wreath. My daughter's softball went a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I'm a little behind. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. Go. Make sure I get on the right page. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm just checking over my wreath form to make sure everything is, nothing's loose. I don't really have a plan. I'm going to make a summer wreath, and I think I'm going to do, I still have all my stuff from this afternoon. I did a patriotic centerpiece. So tell me where you're from. Anyway, I am Nicole with Nicole D Creations. Hi, Laura. Thanks for joining me. Kind of hopefully I have everything ready. This is the sign I'm going to use. Tonight we're going to do a flip flop. And I thought this ribbon, you can see it as little flip flops, and it says summertime. I thought that would be super fun. That is my plan. I don't know that I have all my ribbon picked out yet. Like I said, my daughter, her softball went a little bit longer than I expected, so. But anyway, well, thank you for joining me again. I'm Nicole with Nicole D Creations. Tell me where you're from. Love to hear from you. But I guess we can just go ahead and get started. This is, my base is going to be, it's a 21-inch, sorry about that, lime color. It's just nice and bright and has lots of foil in it. So it's going to be nice and shiny. What I usually do when I first start, I try to find a tie that has one really close by on the, together on the wreath form. It just makes it easier when you go from one to the other without having a big thing in the middle. So, alright. What I do is I just start it like that, and I squish it. And I put it in the tie. Most of these ties are about 5 inches apart, sometimes a little more, a little less. My loops on the inside, I usually do about 9 inches. Let me pull it tight. And this is just the regular poof method. And then I'm going to put ruffles in as well. You guys see okay? Everybody have a good weekend. We finally got some nice weather here, so we were able to spend it outside a little bit. Threw it on the floor, easier. I usually sit on the floor when I do this part, but hi, Merrily. Ah, yes, the puff size is 9 inches on the inside. And then I do, on the outside, I do 11 inches. Hi, Bonnie, from Devil's Lake. That's where I'm from. You're welcome, Merrily. I forgot my daughter had softball tonight, but then it turned out that it was early, so I thought, oh, that's perfect because I'll get out early. Well, they kept him quite a bit longer than I thought. Hey, Lee! How's it going? So I was like, oh, I gotta get home, and because I didn't really plan what I was gonna do, because I thought I'd have time. So, but I'm going to do a Flip Flop summertime wreath. So hopefully my colors are going to turn out, because I just kind of winged it. Okay, so now I'm going to go from the inner ring to the second one, and I just pull it straight down and get it nice and tight and squish it down as much as I can and tie it. And now on this ring, oh, that is funny. This is what I'm gonna work. This is my sign. I thought they were so cute, and I can't for the life of me remember where I bought them. Probably Sims. I don't know. I think I bought them last year. I know, isn't it fun getting crazy in your shop? I know, it's busy. Okay, so I did basically the same thing on this one. 11 inches. Oh, yeah, okay. That must be where I got it then. Oh, thanks for the heart. I appreciate that. It's kind of like my little tip jar. And if you want to share it, I would totally appreciate that too. Thank you. I think those flip flops came in different colors, but I think that's the only pair I found. So I'm assuming that's all I bought. I was thinking about doing a flamingo one, but I couldn't find my sign. It's getting so busy with summertime around the corner with the kids with sports, and I've got one daughter that's playing tennis, and then another one that's doing softball, and then my youngest one will do softball as well this summer. They don't have it for the grade school yet, so it's like run, run, run. That's alright. It's fun. And they enjoy it. I love this color. It's so bright. I forgot to turn my other light on. Oh, thank you, Marilee. Huh, that'll be fun. You could, I mean, there's a million different things you could do. You know, you could do a teacher-themed one. I've done a couple of those. Dr. Seuss. You can find, if you want to personalize it, you can find all kinds of sign makers that will do that, and those are really fun. I did that for quite a few of them. I think all of them were personalized. Okay, last poof. And so I just lay it in there like normal, and then push it down so it's nice and tight. And then I usually give myself a good, I don't know, 4 inches on this, because what I like to do with my ends, I like to zip tie them to the frame, and that way it'll help with the fraying on the inside of your wreath, and it just makes it look neater and cleaner, I think. Alright, now I'll do that at the end, but I'll just kind of shove it down in there between the two frame pieces, and then go around and I fluff my whole wreath. Make sure everything's untucked and holy smokes. Yeah, the 24-inch frames, I guess, are just crazy hard to come by. Everybody must be sold out. I don't know what's going on. 14 inches. You're not going to want them very big. That is going to be... That'll be a challenge, because that'll be really squishy. You know, I would just play around with it. I would probably start with doing like maybe I would even maybe consider doing, I don't know that I would do the 21-inch mesh. I would maybe just do the 10-inch and see how it goes, because that's 21-inch mesh on a 14-inch frame. That's going to be a lot of mesh, and that's going to be hard to control, you know, without it. Yeah. Is it just a wire? I'm assuming it's just the wire frame without the ties. And then what I would do with that, I would just do the 10-inch mesh. I would cut the 10-inch mesh in the 10-inch strips, and then just do ruffles. That's probably going to be the best for that size of a wreath, because it's going to get really, if you do the poof, it's going to get really smushed. So, I'm going to set that down for a second. I haven't even cut my mesh. And I picked pink, yellow, and this really fun turquoise with little white cotton balls or whatever they are. But I don't know when everybody's going to start getting the wreath frames in. I went on there yesterday for the first time, and I couldn't believe how little there was to be had. But yeah, merely if you, I mean, that's going to be your best bet, I think, is to do just do the ruffles. And so I cut these at 10 inches. I don't really know how I'm doing it yet. If I'm going to do, I'll probably just do one color in each tie. I don't know. I'll have to. I haven't really thought about this wreath yet. Need one of those mesh holders. And it just gets all over the place and it sticks to everything. Most of my mesh comes from either Trendy Tree or Craft Outlet. Or there's also a store over in Minnesota in St. Cloud that sells the same kind of mesh. I like the thicker, the more, you know, I like the stuff that it just holds up better, I guess. The more premium mesh by Craig Bachman is, I think, usually the one. I know there's a couple people on Etsy that sell it. Sims Pottery, if you have a wholesale license. I totally don't know how many I'm cutting. But now you can maybe see my table better. Okay, we'll start with that. Cut a few more blue. I'm sure I have some cut, but I don't know where it is. No. Connie, oh my gosh. That would, wow. I wish. There's, like, that place over in Minnesota in St. Cloud is like the only place around, like hundreds of miles that you can buy the nice premium mesh from, and oh, it's like 2.5 hours away from me. So it's totally worth it. I was actually thinking about going tomorrow. Baton Rouge. I used to live in Gonzales. I went to school in Baton Rouge. I loved it. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oop, I need sunglasses on. You're caught. That's what happens when you run around like a maniac after your kids. Okay. Alright, let me see what I'm going to do here. Might be kind of fun to put all three. That would be really pretty. Yeah, I think I might. So I will need a lot more mesh. Okay. What I do with my 10-inch, I don't lay it flat to do my ruffles. I just kind of put the ends just so they're overlapping a little bit, and then I just kind of flatten it, and then I ruffle. Do my little ruffle. I am in West Fargo, North Dakota. Long way away from Baton Rouge. I grew up here, but I went to school down there, and it was so much fun. Thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate it. So, I'm just going to do all three and see how it goes. I'm not sure. And that, so I just untwist my tie and stick them in there. This is going to be kind of a fun one. And then I'm going to alternate my colors. Kind of like I did a, yeah, it's cold. I remember the first year I lived down there, laying out in like February. I thought that was like the best thing ever. You can see, I'm probably like blocking everything. Yeah, that was one thing, and I have my hair is naturally curly, and so there was no point in doing my hair ever because it was just frizz. But that was okay. I would take the warm weather over our freezing any day. Although the year that I was down there was the year that Hurricane Andrew hit, and that wasn't a good time. But yeah, it was an experience. Hi, Sheila. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Whenever I hear about it, I'm just, oh. It's just horrible. The wreath is kind of blocking what I'm doing here, isn't it? See, it's really bright, which I love for summer. I think they're so much fun. Oh, Missouri. Huh. That's not too far from here. Whoops, sorry. She thought I said the other name. Do you have a wholesale company close by, really? Or is it just a local craft store? I'll try to do it over here. Hopefully I'm going to have enough. I'm not going to do the 3 things in the center ones, because that'll be, well, for some I will, but not. It'll get pretty... Yeah, those are the best kind of stores. You can always find such unique, fun things. That's what I always look for. You know, put something that the other stores don't have. It's always fun. And definitely worth an 1.5-hour trip. It's forgetting what I'm doing here. Oh, Mississippi. Myrtle, Mississippi. What part of Mississippi is that? I used to go down to, I had an aunt that lived in Ocean Springs, so I used to go over there all the time. So beautiful. I loved it there. All the fresh seafood, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. Oh, okay. Yep, I know where that is. I don't think I've ever been in that area. I drove through when I moved down there, but so pretty down there. I love all the Spanish moss trees, and oh my gosh. Hey Debbie, how's it going? I'm making a summer wreath tonight with flip flops. It's in my hair. I don't really know if I'm going to put any. I think I'm going to do a couple bows. Mesh. My husband's over there waving at me. You. Alright. Just need a couple more. There's my husband's phone, if you can hear it. I don't know if you could. that is the outer ring. And usually when I make this kind of a wreath where I know I'm going to put a sign and a bow, I just do the outside first. I completely finish the outside and then I start on the inside because I usually don't know quite where I'm going to put everything. So, ribbon. Let's see what we've got. I think I'm going to go that. And blue. I think that would work. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty. Alright. So I'm gonna do one big bow and trying to decide if I'm gonna use my bow maker or if I'm gonna do this one by hand. I think I don't think I'm going to put that big of a bow. So I'm going to do what they call a funky bow. And so this one I'm just going to do by hand. And what you do is you start and measure, I'm going to do probably a 10-inch tail on this one. So measure that. And then I usually do, for this size of a wreath, I'm going to do probably a 12-inch loop. Let me just make sure that's what I want to do. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so then I'm going to do a 12-inch loop. And then probably another 8-inch tail, I think. Yeah, I think so. So do that. I'm going to do 2 strips of each ribbon. Get the same size again. And I might cut the 1.5-inch shorter. But for right now, I'm just going to make them all the same length. Which they end up being about 30 inches. I think this ribbon is so cute. All the different colored flip flops. I don't know if I'm loving this. Let's read out and do this. Yeah, I like that better. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. They're a lot of fun. I love them. I love making them. I've been making them for about 4.5 years. About. Yeah, isn't that cute, Lee? I do too. I think it's just adorable. And I'm really hoping I have more of this blue ribbon. So if I don't, I'll be changing it again. This is definitely not going to be enough. This one away. I have so much ribbon. It's not even funny. So, in case not, I don't know that I'm going to have enough. So, we'll do this one. I have a bunch of Flip Flop ribbon. I have all different colors. They're so they're so cute. Okay. And green. So I'm just going to dovetail the ends. Julie, I got that from Sims Pottery, I believe. I bought it last year. I'm pretty sure the Crack Outlet had it as well. I don't know if they have any more. But I think, I want to say Hobby Lobby has some. Not maybe exactly the same, but I think they have single ones. Pretty sure I saw them there. I live in West Fargo, North Dakota. Way up north. Oh, Florida, I wish. Hi, Julie. What part of Florida? Are you in the northern or southern or? It's all beautiful. Okay. So on this one, I'm going to use, I'm just going to do a pipe cleaner. To hold it. And what I do is lay it down, measure out, what did I say, 10 inches? How many yards do I use? I use probably a lot. Hey, Jody. each of I kind of, it varies, but on a Deco mesh normal 24-inch wreath, I typically do about 30 inches on each cut. So what is that, a yard? Oh, nice. And then I'm going to do a smaller one too. And that one will only have, I'll probably still do a 10-inch tail, but then I'll do probably an 11-inch loop. And then only one ribbon from, this will be a bow instead of having two on it. Hi, is it Johan? I don't want to, hope I'm not pronouncing that wrong. Montreal, wow. That's a long way away. Okay. So, alright, so we're going to measure 10 inches. So then all I do, let me zoom in a little bit. Hopefully. Just get a good look. I just pleat it. So I just scrunch it up so it's pleated. Measure 12 inches. I scrunch it up, fold it over. Yeah, actually I'm not going to do that. Thank you, Julie, I appreciate that. And then I'm going to stick it in between my thumb and my pointer. I'm going to take this shorter and flip it over. I'm going to twist it. So now I'm going to do, let me think. I do this different all the time. I think I'll do green. So I'll just do the same thing. Measure 10 inches, pinch. Measure 12 inches, pinch. Stick it right on top of that bow, or that loop. Make sure everything's nice and together, and I take that and I flip it. And that way, the back looks like that. And I need to see how I want this one. I'm going to want the flip-flops on the bottom. So I'm going to measure 10 inches again. Pinch. Go to 12 inches. Pinch. You can do this bow on the Pro Bow as well. Hey, Kristen. Again, make sure it's nice and flat. And you twist. You can also do this one all together and not do the two separate cuts, and just do it all in your hand. It's just your preference, I guess. Bows took me a long time to master. But now I think I've got them pretty good where I like my bows. I'm going to always measure and make sure that my loops are about the same size. If a 1.5 inch gets a little bit shorter, that's alright. But I always turn it and twist it. And then I'll repeat the pattern for a second. And this is still all the same bow. Each of these cuts, Paula, are 30 inches. This is a, it's called a funky bow. Julie Samako created it. And there's a few different ways to make it. This is just, it's the way that I learned. And so, I just kind of keep doing it. I can, you know, you can do it where you just keep all the loops together and you just do the whole thing in your hand. But anyway, but these are 30 inches, and this is for just a regular Deco mesh wreath. Like the, like this one. This bow, I don't know if you can see it, is huge. This one is a, it's also a funky bow, or a terry bow. They're kind of, they're a little bit similar, but this is a funky bow, and this one is, I think, my loops are probably 14 inches, and my tails are probably 12. I mean, this is really big. And then I did a smaller one on the bottom. So, it's just lots of different ways. So, just go back to measuring 10 inches, 12-inch loop. Make sure they're the same size. And make sure you twist that smaller tail. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. I love making these wreaths. It's really, it's calming, and it's, I don't know, it's just fun. Okay, and this one, so I don't want it to face that way. Oh, thanks, Lee. I love that wreath. It's so big. It was a fun one. I don't know why, but grapevine wreaths just intimidated the daylights out of me for like the longest time. I just started making grapevines, and I'm having so much fun with it. I actually just got an order for 10 of them this weekend that I have to start on, and I'm just loving it. They're so much fun. Yeah. Okay, this is the last one, so twist it. So now I'm going to take my, you can use floral wire, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And what I'll do is I'm going to take it and put it underneath my thumb. And make sure it's close to even. And I'm going to pull it as tight as I can, and I'm going to squish it as tight as I can. And then I'm going to twist my bow. Not the pipe cleaner, but the bow. That way it'll get really nice and tight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do on this to get my streamers is all the little short ones. I'm going to start on this side, flip that one up, leave that one down, flip, and right now I'm doing the right side, all on the right side for right now, the 4 back ones. twist it. And then just make sure your little pipe cleaner is hanging there. And then I go on this side. And I get to that one. And here's my pipe cleaner for that one. I did 2 loops on each ribbon for a total of 8. So now I'm going to pull it up, make sure it's up. Pull that up. These top ones are going to be a little bit short, but oh well. Pull them nice and tight. And again, pull it. And you just want to make sure you have it, you go, you don't go underneath this pipe cleaner, you go over it. And so now I have 8 streamers on the bottom and 8 shorter ones on top. Now I'm going to pull my pipe cleaner, both of them, to the back. And I'm going to pull it tight and give it a good twist. Okay, so now when you fluff it, and you're going to have to fluff it like 20 more times because by the time you get it on your wreath and whatever, it'll smoosh and whatever. So, usually what I do is I start with one. I need a fluff box. I have not gotten one from Miss Regina. But I'll take that one over there, and since that one's over there, I'm going to pull that one that way. You just kind of do the opposite of whichever way it's going. You're going to be rearranging it 10 more times before you're done. So, So this is bow number 1. Still has some fluffing to do, but hi Maggie. Okay. There. Welcome, Susan. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, I am too, Kristen. I cannot wait for summer. Okay, so that's bow number 1. And that one's going to go up in the, probably the upper left corner. But let me... Bows are fun. I never ever thought that I would say that when I first started out because, oh man, they were hard. Okay, so for my strips that I'm going to put in my wreath, I cut these at 13 inches. That's a personal preference too. I just over the years I've just found that that's the look I like the best. Oh, I just love this ribbon. So festive. Reminds me of the beach. There's typically 18 ties on a wreath form, so that can, you know, it's not always what it ends up being, but most of the time. I'm just going to dovetail the ends. Hey, Kathy. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. This is like my 3rd or 4th live, so I'm hoping to do a lot more. I've been making wreaths for about 4 years. I've been selling on Etsy. I opened up my shop right away. And I've sold about a little over 1,800 wreaths, and it's been a lot of fun. I love it. Oh, thank you, Marilee. I hope so. I really hope so. I would have done anything to have, you know, like someone show me how to create these in the beginning. I mean, they're just so much fun. Thank you, Kathy. Both Kathys. I've had this ribbon, you guys probably, oh my gosh, I bet I've had it for 3 years at least, and I've just never had no idea what to use it on. And that was always a challenge for me too, is choosing ribbon for my wreaths. That was hard to learn, but now it's, oh, Marilee, thank you. I'm glad. I hope so. I'm not counting how many I've cut. Green. I'm trying not to miss any of your comments. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Ohio, you're not too far. Yes, Kathy, I do use wired ribbon almost exclusively. Mainly because I like it to stay where I put it. The girl screen, you know, if it gets crazy hot, or I don't know about cold, but if it gets crazy hot, it's gonna kind of fall over. But in, like, you know, some of my really big bows, I'll use, I don't even know what size it is, but it's the probably half the size of a 1.5 inch, and that's not usually wired. But since it's so small, it's usually all right. Hi, Diane. But yeah, almost just about every single ribbon I own is wired. When I do the grapevines, I have an order for 10 grapevines that I'm going to start, well, as soon as I get my supplies, hopefully by the end of the week. That wire, or that ribbon, is going to be more burlap, and so that's not going to be wired. But, alright, so I'm going to add my ribbon to the outside of my wreath, and let's see. I'm going to do this. And now I'm just going to put the 1.5 inch on top of the 2.5 and pinch it in the middle. I always like to have a little pleat, and I always check my back to make sure that it's even. And now I'm just going to untwist my tie and lay it in there. And this will be the last time I untwist my tie, so I'm going to twist it give it a couple extra twists, and pull it so all my ribbon is visible, and all that adorable flip flop is showing. This ribbon is so pretty, it looks like bubbles. And I always try to keep in mind, I don't, the flow of my ribbon, like I don't want, I wouldn't want to put this ribbon in this way, because then it's going to be upside down, and it's not going to go with the flow. And so I always try to be mindful of that. You know, if I have like Santa on a ribbon or whatever, I want his face to be up as much as I can. You can't always, they're not always going to work that way, but for the most part. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. This is kind of a last minute one that I just grabbed. My daughter had softball tonight, and it ran later than I thought. And so it's coming together pretty good. So now I'm gonna probably flip it. Hi, Maria. Hi, Pat. Thank you for joining. I'm glad to see you guys here. This is only like my 4th live, I think. But they're fun. I'm hoping to get on here a lot more often. I'd love it if you guys would follow me on my page, on my Facebook page, or you can go, I have a website also. It's just NicoleDCreations.com. I'm trying to put together an email list, so, and kind of doing the blog thing. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, this is a bright one. Fun for summer. I'm so ready for summer. This has been the longest winter ever. Okay. So, now, this is what I use for the door hanger. These are called, I always forget what they're called, pencil ties. And you can get them at Craft Outlet. I got these at Hobby Lobby at Christmas time. They're just stronger than a Chanel stem or pipe cleaner. I've had pipe cleaners break, and I just don't like that. Okay, so now when I choose where I want to put my hanger, I want to make sure that because you're going to hang it on one of these, I don't know if you can see it, but one of the wires that are in between the two rings. I always want to make sure that I choose a ring that's going to be where I want a bow, or a ribbon to be on top. I just think it makes the wreath look better not to have a poof at the very top. So, let's see. That one, yeah. I think this one will be the winner. And so when I just fold it in half, and I put it, one on each side of the wire, pull it down to however far I want my loop, and it's usually about probably 1.5 inches. That'll give everyone plenty of room to hang it on whatever kind of hook they have. And then I push the ends through the loop, pull it tight, and it goes around the wreath frame. I hope you guys can see that. Okay. Did Dad go to the gym? Alright. You should be alright, just try to go back to sleep. Hi, Leslie. Just try to go back to sleep, please. Thank you. Alright. So, now I'm going to go grab my little easel. Okay, so hopefully a little closer. Hang it on there. Okay, so let me look at it and see what I want to do. I'm definitely going to put some more mesh. Yeah, that would be my little one. She just woke up or something, I don't know. Had to come say hi to her mama. Let's get a couple more. I'm actually surprised at how good my kids are being. Usually they like surround me. That's going to be too short. I'm not going to use that. Okay. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll start there. Alright. Remember, I put my ends together, just barely, just so they're like just touching, just so there's just a little bit of an overlap. I just think that it helps with the fraying. The fraying on wreaths just drives me insane. And I haven't used the, I know some people use the hot knife thing. I haven't done that yet. I should try it for sure. How old are my kids? My youngest is 8. She'll be 9 on the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And then my next daughter is 12. She'll be 13 at the end of May. And my next one is 13. And she'll be 14 in August. And my youngest son is, what is he? He will be, sorry about that, messages here. He'll be 17 in June. And then my next son is, just turned 21. I'm glad you caught me too, Leslie. This is a lot of fun. And then I do have another son, my oldest son. He would have been 22 this month, but he did pass away last year from cancer. So yeah, I have 6 kids total. Crazy. Oh, I hope so, Leslie. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I am absolutely here to help. I absolutely love making wreaths, and I'm to the point where I just want to show people how to do it, and hopefully they love it as much as I do. It's, to me, it's therapeutic. I mean, it's just so, I don't know, it's so relaxing, and thank you. But I need a yellow on top here. cut it. So. Lindsay, I know, and I think I was one of those people, but it was because I was so nervous. This is only my 4th live. Oh, really, Ashley? That's awesome. That is really awesome to hear. Thank you. I love hearing that. Yep, I'm out of blue. Thank you, Tina. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so now I'm going to put my bow. Alright. I don't know if you guys know my wreaths or not. I like to put my big bow, usually right here. And I'm making sure my longer tails are on the bottom. And my shorter ones are up on top. And all I'm doing is putting it on the inside ring of the wire hanger, and I'm putting it right in between this twist tie. So just one, and then I pull it tight and give it a little twist. You can fluff it, but I don't know, I usually end up fluffing them 500 times before I'm done, because I always end up squishing them. You just make sure everything's facing the right way, and you want your streamers to be behind the loops in this bow. In the cherry bow, it's kind of a fun one too, because then the little tails kind of come up in between, and it's a really pretty bow. But I like this one too. Okay, how's that look? I have like the worst easel ever, but I've had it since day one. Okay, I think that looks nice. Okay. Alright, for this sign, let me see. I think what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to cut that off. If I'm missing anybody's comment, I promise I will go back and answer any questions that you guys have. Okay, so I'm going to be placing it probably about there. And so, let's see what I want to do. This is one of those signs that is a challenge to figure out how to attach. But I have, I don't even know what they're called. Tin snips, maybe? I don't know. But I'm going to want to, let's see. Probably, I'm going to use floral wire. And I believe this is 22 gauge. As most of the floral wire that I use it's 22 gauge. You can find that at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, if you have a wholesale license, Sims Pottery. Trying to think of how I want to do this. The welding on this is not super awesome, so I think I'm going to attach the frame to each other with my wire, and that way now it won't come apart. And this thing just pops a hole in the tin. Super easy. Best invention ever for wreath makers. There's lots of different ways you can attach. I'm just going to go through both. Nope. Okay, I might just attach it here. Nope. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to feed the wire through. Make sure I get both. And that way it's not going to come apart on me. Because if anybody has kids like mine, they slam the door all the time. And I want it to hold up. Mary, yes, I do have the squares. I definitely like using them. It's just on this one, I think, I don't know, to get it to hold on and be super secure, I don't know, because when they get hot, they melt. I suppose I could use E6000 glue, though. But this is just as easy, I think. There we go. So when I attach it, I kind of just eyeball it as to where I want it. I'm going to go over here. I do always try to attach it to one of the things that attaches the wire wreath frames together, and that way it's not going to slide all over the place. this one. And I don't want it to end up smushing my mesh. So that's why I don't put the extra mesh behind it. Because otherwise it gets really squished. So, alright. How's that look? Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we'll just add the rest of the ribbon. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, I like this one. I really had no idea what it was going to turn out to be. I just kind of grabbed stuff. I was actually hoping to make a flamingo wreath, but couldn't find that sign. This one has some glitter on it. Okay. And then when I decide what I'm going to put here, I just kind of look and see, you know, if I had this ribbon up here, I probably wouldn't put this one there, just because I like it to really flow together. Yeah, see. I like this one. Okay. Yeah, Leah, most of my wreaths are that way. I love them to look really full and like no holes anywhere. Let's see. Sorry if I'm in the way. I was going to do another bow, but I don't think I'm going to. Thought maybe a bow right there, but I think it's good. I don't think it needs a bow. Thank you. I like flip flops too. I'm wearing. This is the first weekend that I've been able to wear them. That ribbon is a little folded in, but oh well. It'll work. Although I need to cut. Thank you. I love fun and bright, and this would look great on a whole entry door, or so many possibilities. And I appreciate all the hearts and the shares. That really, I love that. It's exciting. I'm new to all this live stuff. I think we're done. So, let's see, get a close-up of it. Is it? Oh, I don't know where to go. There we go. Yes, my website is, I'm on Etsy, so it's etsy.com/shop/Nicole D Creations, or I do have my own website that'll take you directly to my Etsy shop. It's NicoleDCreations.com, and I would love for you to sign up for my email list. Anything I blog about, I will certainly send stuff to you, and different things that I'm working on. Thank you. No, I don't have a price yet. I'm probably going to add things. I don't know what yet. If I'm going to add floral or, I don't know. Probably floral. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. I like it. But I appreciate you all joining me. And if you guys want to subscribe to my page and follow me and like and share and whatever, I would appreciate it. But again, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And again, I'm Nicole with Nicole D Creations. Have a great night.